The two sports that I played were tennis and hockey. Tennis was sort of the second sport. I got a chance to play, or not teach professionally when I was 16 because my mentor, who was my tennis coach, had a nervous breakdown and I ended up taking over all his lessons. So it was a great experience for me because at 16, I was making a lot of money. And at the same time, it affected my tennis game because now I'm on the court too much. And then hockey, I had a chance to play professional hockey in Sweden. That's how I didn't meet my wife because of that, but when I met my wife, that's when I was offered that contract. And so we got married very young. We got married at 19. And so sports had played such a big role in my life. And that was really what I was focused on. I wanted to be a professional hockey player and focused on that. Tennis was just a great sport for teaching me so much about life. I really look back on the sports that I played and I realized that I learned a tremendous amount. In fact, the mentor of mine, he said to me one time, I was about 13, 14, and he said to me, "You want to really be a great tennis player, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Okay, I'm going to tell you the secret." And when you're 13 or 14, you think there's a secret. So what he said to me, he said, "Lose a lot." And I said, "I don't understand what you mean." He says, "Well, you're playing in the 13 and 14-year-old division and you're winning." He said, "I want you to go play in the 15, 16-year-old division, 17, 18-year-old division. You're going to lose a lot." He says, "And the difference between them and you is power and speed." He says, "But if you see that enough, you're going to start adjusting because you're a good athlete. You'll pick up that speed." He says, "But it's going to take you a little while and you're going to have to accept the losses." He says, "But I want you to be humble about the losses. Don't get angry, right? Because you're going to lose. They're supposed to beat you. They're bigger and stronger." But by the time I started doing that, I then started to be able to win in those higher divisions because I adjusted to the speed. But to me, that was a great lesson in life, is not afraid of losing.
Yeah, it's so true. And I actually find this to be the case. Maybe sports is just an easy way for me and maybe others to kind of see those life lessons.